Hey guys, it's Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and today I have day 1 of the 31 days of cut file fun with MK at some assemblage required, and I'm so excited to be participating in this. And so today is a Christmas layout, and so these are Thicker's Merry and Bright collection. This is the beautiful cut file that I'm going to use. My Christmas picture there, and then I had a stack of papers, but I ended up using this Vicky Bouton Warm Wishes snowflake paper. And so first I'm going to start, I want to add embossing powder to the cut file, and so I am going to use the Recollections Gold Tinsel Embossing Powder, which is absolutely gorgeous. And so here I'm putting the powder on, and I had tried 2 colors, but I really liked this one because it just really shines. And so you're going to see when I use the heat gun here how shiny it is, and it's just beautiful. I thought about, you can see on the right there, I have like a more of a champagne one as well, but I just loved this one. Look at that. That's just like magic, it changing there. And so I'm going to start with this photo, or this paper, and it's going to be the top, and I actually am going to pull in a gray paper with some blue polka dots that I pulled out of my stash that I'm going to use as a background. And then I decided that I wanted each of the papers to be matted in a thin white mat to just help differentiate them and kind of pull in the layout. And I originally thought I was just going to do this where it's kind of one paper on top of the other, but you'll see I'll kind of offset it a little, and I thought that was kind of fun. It's different. I haven't done that before. And so here I'm doing the thin white paper mat, and I will gut the white paper. I will gut both of the mats just because it helps to keep the layout from being so thick. And so I really like that, but I'm going to, before I glue it down, I want to do some sprinkles on the background here. So you'll see me pull in my sad little cardboard box that I've used so much, but it helps kind of rein in the sprinkles so they don't get all over my desk. And so this is just some white acrylic paint, and then I will spray some water on it and then use a paintbrush to sprinkle it on the background. And then I'm going to use a paper towel and just kind of wipe up the dots because I didn't want them to be thick and dimensional. I just wanted them to be flat and kind of in the background. And then I'm going to do the same thing with some gold paint just to add some gold splatters to the background as well. And it's not an overpowering thing, it's just kind of just adds a little bit of interest to the background and brings some more of that gold in. And so here I'm going to start working on the paper mat for the very back piece, and like I said, it's going to have also a thin white mat around, and I will gut that white paper as well. And this one just kind of frames in the layout, and then the other paper with the white mat just kind of help differentiate it. So there's a lot of layers on this one. And so now this is dry, and I have that glued down, and I originally, like I said, was going to put it like this, and then I decided, you know what, let's offset it. Let's make it kind of wonky and show some more of that gray paper with the blue polka dots. And then there's the cut file all done. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And then you can see that I have 2 strips, border strips there. Not border strips, branding strips. And I'm going to cut in half the graph paper one and put it on either side of the snowflake one just to help kind of separate it so it doesn't blend into the background snowflakes. And then I'm going to have it be at the bottom there as just kind of another element that goes across the page but still connects both of the papers. And I will eventually, yeah, here we go, flip that around because I decided I don't like that white section which now is at the top, and I think, you know, it's where the snow is falling, but this isn't like a snow picture. This is a Christmas picture, and I just didn't want it to be overly Christmas, so I thought the snow added a good detail. And I wanted some of that gray paper to be behind the photo, and so I just gutted out a little section behind the part that you're not even going to see, and I'm making the photo mat here. The 25 is a tag that I just had in my stash, and the numbers were gold, and so I thought it worked really good. And then it just kind of gives a nod to the fact that this is a Christmas layout without everything saying like Merry Christmas or, you know, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, things like that. And so I got the photo mat there, and I'm gonna rip the bottom just to add a little bit more interest, and I'll use my distresser to it as well just to really get that distressed there. And you can see that I want to put the cut file to the right but still have it kind of touching the photo, but it really is a main element on the page, and it took up a lot of space, so I didn't really need to add a lot of embellishments to this one. And you'll see I have like a card that says Merry and Bright, and I really tried to use that. I moved it around a lot on here, but I think it was just so big, and then with the cut file it just took up too much space. But you saw that I just, you know, put that paper to the corner and then cut it even with the back paper. And I really like that the white photo mat doesn't go in the corner where the snowflake paper is, the top corner. I think that just adds a little extra element to it. And so there's that card that I tried to use. I left it on the right there for a while, but I think it was just too big and took away from the cut file. And so I'm gonna put some white, very thin kind of tool-like ribbon on the tag, that the 25 on there, and then I will pop that up on some foam. So I had thought about popping the cut file up on foam. For one, though, that's a lot of little tiny foam pieces for all those in-between parts, and for two, I thought the 25 looked better being popped up. And so I also am putting some vellum behind the photo, and I ripped the bottom of that one as well. It just adds another layer without it being bulky or covering up the paper behind there. And so I'm getting situated, and see I'm still trying to keep that little card there. It's actually two cards that I put on top of each other because of the notebook edge there. But I will remove it, and the title that I end up using I like a lot. And so here's where I'm doing that, fiddling with that tag, popping it up on the foam, and I will leave the ribbon just to kind of flow freely. I didn't glue that down or anything, but that turned out really cute. I like that. And the title will be Love This, and that's from Thicker's Stickers also. Lovely is the title, and I will get the vines that I use for it. And again, it says Love This. It's not a Christmas title or anything. It's obviously a Christmas layout because they're in their little Christmas outfits. Yoda has his little tie on, and then my husband has his Christmas hat, and they're in front of the Christmas tree. But I just didn't want it to be just a traditional green and red layout. Those snowflakes that I'm putting on kind of diagonal around the photo, those are from that Merry and Bright pack as well. And this little flag here, the gold heart, is from the Lovely Thickers pack, and as well as these like vines here that I'll be putting around the title. So I think that turned out really good. So while I'm doing that, make sure you guys go check out MK and the 31 days of cut file fun. I'll have all the information in the description box below, and look at everyone's layouts they did with the cut files, because you know they're going to be amazing. And like I said, I'm so excited to be participating in this. But so that is the layout there. I thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons down below. And everyone have a great day. Thanks. Bye.